We have just about 12,000 miles on our truck and it's 6 months old.
So we're going to share with you things that we like, don't like, and if we made a mistake choosing this trim.
And also what we plan to do in the near future.
Let's get started. Yes, we can. Of that 12,000 miles, half of it was a road trip from California to Florida and back. But it wasn't just miles, it was incredible memories that we got to share.
Yeah, and that was really a bucket list trip for us. We had talked about doing that for so long, and I'm really grateful that we got to do it and we soaked up every precious moment of that trip. Also, this truck has just been something that has gotten us out into nature more and gotten us to unplug more, which, as cheesy as it sounds, we're big believers that that is good for the soul and makes you a better person. So we're grateful for this truck that we've gotten to do that way more.
And because of this truck, we started YouTube, and we're here right now sharing you our thoughts. Part of our 12K miles on this truck, we sent in oil to Blackstone Labs just to get a status update on the engine, all the braking period, oils, all that kind of stuff. See if there's anything bad going on, but here are the results. It says in samples from this young engine, it's typical for wear metals to read high due to break-in, but wear metals from your engine already look good. They're close to universal averages for this kind of hybrid engine, which are based on 4,400 miles on the oil. If metals stay around these levels going forward, that'll be good news for the mechanical parts in this 2.4 liter turbo. And they didn't detect contamination from excess dirt, fuel, or coolant in the sample. And we are still using Toyota's synthetic 0W20.
All right, let's get into the pros. A pro is that with the TRD Off-Road, the truck comes with these plastic fender flares, which are really awesome because just the bit of trails we've been on, they have definitely gotten scratched. And if it was a color match fender flare, or even like the TRD Pro has a glossy black fender flare, we are sure that it would be scratching through paint and it would just look really bad. So we are grateful that we have the plastic fender flares. When we've been brushing up against things, it seems as if the fender flares are sticking out far enough where the body is protected. That is definitely a pro for us because our fender flares are all pinstriped, but somehow the body of our truck doesn't have scratches on it. Now, I know we've talked about this before, but this is still one of my favorite features on our iForce Max truck is that we have this 120 volt plug. It makes just eating outside so much easier, makes the cooking the food, making the coffee, all the things so easy, and it's just conveniently located on the edge of the bed.
One thing I like is this 18-inch version of the TRD Off-Road rim. 18 inches is only on the hybrid version of the TRD Off-Road, and it's really awesome because we get the bigger rim, but also the tire, I think, is actually bigger. It's a 265/70/18, and we put this TRD vinyl to black it all out, kind of give us a few more months until we do upgrade the rims, but right now it still looks good in the stock factory form. That's a pro. With this truck, Toyota really took it to the max. In a hybrid, you have 326 horsepower versus only 278 in a non-hybrid. And in the torque department, you have way more, 465 versus only 317. So the hybrid, way better. Take it to the max.
It's gotten dirty for sure.
Now we signed it.
You guys gotta let us know. Should we get hood struts?
What you got there?
Cherry cola, new flavor from Costco.
Hey, we love our Costco.
Baby.
I love tech, and we've been loving these cameras. Let's just count how many cameras there are. So we got one here, front one, another side one, two up there, rear view mirror and the bed. The rear one. All those cameras allows us to see cool stuff like this. With the premium package, you get really cool things like dual climate control. We can have different zones. One of us could have heated seats, cooled seats, And heated steering wheel really comes into play when it's cold out. We know that adaptive cruise control is pretty standard in vehicles these days, but it actually is really awesome to have it in a truck. On the premium package, you get this trailer brake controller. We haven't used it yet, but maybe one day we're gonna get to use it. But if you don't have it in the premium package, you have to get a third-party one.
Some more pros of what we like about this truck is that there's adjustable headlights, and that came in handy when we raised the truck. We had to lower the headlights, and it was super simple. One switch. Also, it's really cool. There's a switch here that you just click to adjust the brightness of your cluster gauge, and that's cool because when you're driving at night between the big screen and your cluster gauge, you get blinded. And it's really nice that you don't have to flip through settings. It's just switching a button right here. The real kicker is that there's these 3 pre-wired aux switches, and we don't know exactly how we're going to use them yet, but we're going to use them for something.
We really like these soft tech seats instead of the fabric stuff. This is amazing. It's easy to clean, and we have the heated seat, the ventilated seat all around. This is great on a road trip, hot or cold. You're taken care of.
And compared to the fabric that's really light in some of the other trims, we're really glad because that would get stained.
Now, the cons.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about the fuel tank. We lost about 3 gallons from the 3rd generation to the 4th generation Tacoma. It's an 18.2 gallon tank, and we were definitely feeling some of those pain points on our road trip. It felt like we were refueling every few hours, and it's a little bit annoying, so it's a con.
Another con for us is this wheel well. Still not covered, and we haven't found anything that works for us to cover this huge gap. Wish Toyota did something to make it look a little bit better, especially now that we lifted the truck. We've been reading that Tacoma 4th Gen's paint is pretty bad, and that's our first scratch, probably from the trails, but Tacoma paint hasn't been the greatest. Even in the 1st gen that I had, clear coat was kind of like fading pretty early. But I got a lot of flack for just letting that fuel cap dangling on a road trip. So from here on, I've been putting it in the holder like a good boy.
He's changed his ways.
I've changed my ways. Thank you, everyone. The AC isn't that strong in this truck, and in our 2015 Corolla, it's actually way stronger, and you've driven it to Texas. So that heat, it actually was way better than when we drove through Texas in this truck. There is, I think, a TSB to fix this AC problem. We got to bring it in and see if it's a problem or just something that is the case.
Yeah, we should get it checked out. But regardless, that's a pretty big con for us.
So after 6 months, this is the current build state of our truck.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of different mods. Some are really big ones and some are smaller ones. But some of the big ones that we did are rival skid plates. We did a peak suspension lift and a 6-element trail pipe.
And on the small ones, we have like some of those vinyl things that we put on the truck and screen protect to protect our massive screen. The gauges that are easily scratched are now protected.
Yep, and then I guess the medium-sized stuff is the bed cover, which that has been really nice and it has been doing pretty good on keeping rain out of the bed.
Yeah.
We had luggage and stuff in there and it worked great. And then we didn't do this mod, but we paid someone to do it, is the window tint, and I love it. I think it changes the whole look of the truck and it definitely keeps the truck cooler.
Yep. We can't forget about those floor mats though, because did save our, well, the truck from just having poop everywhere.
Yeah, and dirt. It gets it gets pretty dirty when you're out on the trail and stuff.
I'm gonna put that as like a mod list, honestly, because it really does help. If you're gonna go out in nature, getting all mud and dirt and stuff, you do need good floor mats.
Well, what was your favorite mod that we've done so far?
I really like the skid plates.
Yeah.
Rival aluminum has been really awesome just because it's not as heavy as steel.
Yeah.
And for what we're going to be doing so far, we don't need all that bulk, all that weight. And this aluminum color looks really awesome. Kind of like pops out instead of just black steel.
Yeah. And it definitely gives you peace of mind when you're on the trail. You feel definitely a little bit more confident that you're not going to rip apart. A brand new truck.
Hopefully I didn't take your answer, but what's your favorite?
No. I love the lift kit. I love hopping in and out of the truck. You feel the lift. And those couple times that we've been to Carnegie after installing the lift, man, it just makes this truck way more capable. It's not just looks, but it is so much more capable with even just that slight lift that we put on.
Yeah, I think we probably won't go too much more.
Yeah.
And right now we have that 2 1/4 and I think 1 1/4 in the back, something like that. But that's really good. Once we get bigger tires, the truck will get a little bit taller anyways.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if we had the chance to redo everything, would you change anything about what we bought or what we chose on this truck?
No, this is the perfect truck for us. This color, bronze oxide, is hands down the best color, I think. And this trim, what do you think about the trim?
Yeah, we went back and forth so much, swapping out different stuff. When we were thinking about building this truck, we were like, should we just, upgrade the screen, or like, what do we want to do? But I am so glad we chose the overall premium package because of all the tech, because of all the extra things it comes with. The more I'm with this truck, the more I'm like, I'm so glad we did it this way. And I'm really enjoying everything that we chose. No regrets.
And getting the TRD Off-Road was the way to go. I kind of wanted the Pro because it sounded cool, looked cool, but it's not that practical. And those fender flares were just been scratched up, knowing what's happening right now. So this is actually the best truck. Color, trim, package.
What about the iForce Max engine?
Okay, that was something that I was like, didn't know if we're gonna use it as much, but that outlet, we use it every time we're out in the field. Every time we're going out somewhere, we wanna make coffee. I'm still waiting for that ramen bowl, but we're gonna be starting cooking some food, not just ramen. Yeah. That's so good. We're gonna be able to have more power when we need it, going up on some of those hills, obstacles.
Different.
Do you like the hybrid?
I do, I love it. I love the torque, I love the responsiveness, and I'm glad that we chose that. No regrets.
No regrets. That's the Yes We Chan way. Live life with no regrets. If you believe it, you will see it.
Yeah, make your decision and you make peace with it.
Absolutely. So at the conclusion of this 6-month review, we kind of thought that it'd be kind of nice to talk about future dreams, future projects on this truck. So what are some of the dreams that we have?
Well, we are super excited, but we're working on finalizing our first camping trip that we're going to do out of this Tacoma.
Yeah, we got some places that we're thinking of, but we have to. Honestly, we say a lot like, oh, our first camping trip and we're going to do it.
Another trip that I really want to do with this truck is go up to Tahoe, do some skiing, and see how it handles in the snow, because we haven't had it in the snow yet.
That's true. That'd be really fun. We have obviously MTS snow mode, so let's see how that does.
Yeah. What's adventures are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to going to more states. Traveling cross country was the first part of many states traveled. Want to go to Seattle, drive up there from California, to Utah.
The Salt Flats.
Salt Flats of Utah.
And put in the comments if you have any suggestions or some ideas of places we should go. We love hearing from you guys, and it really gives us some great ideas to get the juices flowing. All right, so what are you most excited about, or what is next for our truck? How are we going to keep building this thing out?
Well, I really see like we do need bigger tires, cooler looking rims. Another thing that we've been saying for a while, but Christmas is coming around the corner. What better thing to give each other than the gift of tires and rims?
Yeah, so you buy me tires, then I'll buy you wheels. And
exactly. I think the gift of wheels is Christmas. Santa's coming with a big bag.
That would be cool. And I do think that is something that we need to do very soon. What about armor? Do you feel good with the skid plates? Are we wanting to put more on? Or
I guess we're getting pretty good on the armor thing for where we're going.
Yeah. I think rock sliders would be nice to add.
Yeah.
that's again one of those like just peace of mind
Definitely.
for like when that does happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you want them to be in place. So I think that, and I don't know, I guess as we go, we'll figure out what we need and add different stuff. But I think for the immediate future, that's some of the stuff that we want to do.
Rock sliders would be really cool. I think
Yeah.
it really elevates the look of the truck. I'm
Yeah.
gonna find some really good ones. Okay, this is kind of like an aesthetic thing for some people, but we want to get tow hooks, front and rear, upgrade the fronts, actually have something for the rear, because we had to help someone one time.
Yeah. And you never know when you're going to get stuck and you need to be yanked out. So we definitely want to be a little bit ready for that.
Yeah, we don't have anything right now, and luckily the person that we helped out had everything, so we just did the yanking portion of it. But if we ever need to get unstuck, it'd be great if we have some ropes or whatever people use.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting our channel. Please subscribe, and we really want to be able to keep making videos. It's been a dream of ours and super fun to do. So thanks for hanging out. Subscribe.
Yes, we can.